All right. Hello, everyone. Let's do this. Welcome to yet another live stream. Trying something slightly different today. I've actually got a video capture, so I should be able to see myself while I'm streaming. Okay, from a quick test, it sounds like the mic is fine. Looks like it's all visible. All right, cool. Let's get this started then. Let's spend a bit of time on some fun things. In previous sessions, I've also had a recurring issue where when I'd swap window, when I'd go between browser and code, the browser was often overshadowing the code. I'd like to think that that's fixed. So let's verify that. Is it actually fixed? I'm now going to open up the browser so we can do some reviews. And it looks, yeah, looks to me like that's actually gone through. That's changed in the streaming window as well. Okay, cool. So I don't need to worry about making silly mistakes anymore. Nice. Okay, feeling like a more professional streamer now. Nice. Got the chat open, so if anyone wants to ask about anything, we can take a look. Okay, so just a handful of notifications to look through. Let's look at things I mentioned in which are unread. And the focus of this session is going to be on Narwhals. So let's start with those there in Narwhals. Okay, got some older things to catch up on. Pro streamer. All thanks to you, Cam. I've hopefully learned from some of your tricks. Yeah. Okay, so where are we? Right. Got 5 out of 6 passing. Strict and incomplete. Most of them would have the same behavior for pass-through bool. Okay, yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, I remember this. There was some issue with Python typing whereby somehow literal true and literal false are not detected to be as a union of bool. Let's see. Eager only, series only. I mean, if you're doing series only, it kind of implies eager only. Maybe it's okay to just be okay with this. This is probably fine to ignore. So let's say, yeah, thanks for looking into this. Maybe this is a non-issue. Series only equals true implies eager only equals true anyway, given that series is a eager only construct. I think we can close then, but please let me know if I misunderstood. Okay, close with comment. Okay, got a fire reaction from Eduardo in the Discord about the stream. Cool. Then, oh, this one's in draft, but yeah, can take a look. Is there anything? Okay, yeah, looks like this is, oh, right. So add native needs doing first. Maybe we should review that one then. Okay, let's finally get around to reviewing add underscore native. All right. Oh, nice. It's got an approval already. 49 minutes ago. Okay. Ooh, what's going on here? Ooh, is this just from... So we've got the deprecation warning from Python. Distutils version classes are deprecated. Use packaging.version instead. And it's coming from pandas. I don't think there's anything we can do about this. I just wonder, why did it just start showing up now? So let's take a look at the pretty old versions action. Where is it? Pretty old versions. Oh, here it is. So if we look from, let's take a passing one, for example. Okay, but yeah, so here we've got pretty old versions as passing. And if we take a look at PyTest, is it the Python version that's changed? What's actually changed? 3.9. I wish they could tell us. Oh, right. So here we've got 3.9.23. Whereas now, in this new one, setup v6, we've got 3.9.24. So it looks like in 3.9.24, they've deprecated distutils version. And I don't think there's anything we can do about this, especially if the warning comes from pandas. So I'd say we should open a separate pull request to address this. So let's first check that nobody's already done that. No. Okay, so we can do it. Pro streamer move. Let's check that going to VS Code actually changes the focus of our streaming. All right, it worked. So Python 3.9.24 fixes. Then fetch upstream. I'm going to start by making sure I'm absolutely up to date with upstream main. I usually just do that by doing fetch upstream and then reset hard upstream main. Then, okay, so we've got this. So the next step would be to, I should probably install this Python version myself. uv python install 3.9.24. Let's see if it's on UV. Yeah, look. Oh, well, we run UV in CI, so of course it's available. Let's see now if we're able to reproduce the error. Oh, it looks like just upon test collection, it already starts failing. So PyTest collect only. Let's see if this reproduces it. Oh no. Well, it does actually collect fine. Do we need... Oh, yeah. I'm on... Although I've installed Python 3.9.24 in this virtual environment, I'm still on 3.12.8. So let's instead deactivate. Let's go to 3.9 then. But here, what Python do we have? 3.9.21. Never mind. So let's remove 3.9 then. Let's make a new Python 3.9 virtual environment, which I think will automatically use the latest version of Python 3.9, which I've got. Wait, what? No, that's not what I wanted. So ubven, oh yeah, .python 3.9, 9.24, nice. So now we do .activate, then let's follow the same instructions that we follow here. So in the pretty old versions, we install these things here. Yeah, that's what we want. Then I'm gonna do a local install with the group tests. Nice, fun to see all of these like pip dep tree and just so borderline burnt out from debugging dependency issues. That's one reason why we're just uncompromising on this. Narwhals is dependency free and it'll stay that way. We're not taking on anything. Right. Yeah, okay, let's try running a test now. Then let's see if we're able to reproduce the CI failure. Yes! Yeah, it's an odd thing in programming to celebrate when you see failures, but that's what we do here. So I think that here in pyproject.toml we can address this. We've got this filter warnings section, and I thought we had something about distutils. Distutils version classes are deprecated. Use packaging.version instead. Yeah, this is exactly it. Oh, and before we had it coming from PySpark, whereas now we also need to ignore this if it's coming from pandas. While we're here, should we reorganize these slightly? Defaulting to pandas implementation. I feel like this one comes from Modin. I kind of want to add the module to a lot of these, but this one probably comes from Modin. I kind of feel like let's take the chance to do a little bit of debugging. So, Modin, you're using PyArrow version. I wonder what this one is. I wonder also if the PR shines any light on it. Let's take a look. You're using PyArrow version 12. Presumably the CI logs from here aren't visible anymore, are they? Checks 0. Yeah, this is too old. This was, wow, July 2024. Yeah, I wish I could see what this was. Let's put Modin for these. Presumably it must be Modin. And if it's not, then CI should tell us. You are using PyArrow version. What could this possibly be from? This one we can see that it was pandas. So maybe here it's okay to just say pandas. But also, I'm not sure I care enough about that one. Okay. Yeah, this is probably all. This should be enough to at least fix CI. So we've got these two where we've specified Modin, and then we've copied that one, and we've also put it for pandas. Okay, let's just check that now the test built-ins has no attribute mod. What? Oh, right. Which warning is it? I think we can just say warning, right? That... Ooh. Now it's... I mean, it is being raised from pandas, so why is... Is it because they match? Why is this not being respected? Is the message the same? Distutil's version classes are deprecated. Dot. Use packaging.version instead. Dot. Deprecation warning. I don't know. Setup tools. What if we just remove this completely? Okay, now it passes. Well, surely we can figure out what module to put then, right? Yeah, import. Well, let's see if AI can help us. Right, so I'm getting this warning in a test. I just want to paste the whole trace back. But I have this in my py.project.toml. Why is it failing? How to modify the ignore statement. Something I've heard from a few people is that they're fairly skeptical about these AI assistants for generating code. But when it comes to just being assistants, as in when it comes to just being search engines or oracles, things you can ask, then they seem to do all right. What is going on here? What's it doing? I'm so confused. Can you answer? Wait, okay, never mind. We're gonna have to address this. What if we just put a generic warning? Yeah, so it's not that actually, because we saw that when we put deprecation warning, then it did in fact run fine. So let's see, PyTest filter warning from pack. I don't know what to do here other than just yeah, whatever. I mean, it's not like we're using distutils anywhere, right? Distutils. And yeah, why would we? Ooh, but yeah, okay, that should be fine. Although in the generate random versions, do we use that there? Old warnings, new warnings. Yeah, we can probably then get rid of this. Content, yeah. Let's say that we can avoid this hack now. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's do this. So, fix up CI. We should, I'm also curious about doing a Python 3.14 build. So let's say priority is just fixing CI, getting CI green so that the current pull requests can pass. Well, apart from Altair typing, but that's a different story. Yeah, this is fine. Well, we've got this line twice though now. No, we haven't. We've just removed that. That's fine, yeah. So while this runs, I'm curious to see if we can make a Python 3.14 benv. So deactivate. Could we even make a 3.14 free threaded environment? And is there any version of Python we don't need? Maybe just for the nightlies. The nightlies, so let's see. So we've got PyTest YAML, this one's on 3.13. Oh yeah, the nightlies I think also run on 3.13. And somehow I doubt that most dependencies are going to be ready for 3.14. But we can try. So uv venv, so dot 3.14 venv with Python 3.14. Then let's activate it. And then uv pip install -u -e dot group. What's the group called? Local or something? Group tests, group core tests. Group local dev, that's it. Right, gonna be back in 5 minutes. Let's do it. All right, here we are. So where were we? Fixing up CI. The only thing that's failing is Altair. I would say that we can go ahead with this one. Let's do it. Okay, also sounds to me like the mic is okay, which is maybe slightly surprising because I don't think I... Oh yeah, I've got noise suppression enabled. Okay, never mind. Maybe it's less surprising. I thought I'd not enabled it and was surprised that it sounded all right anyway. Cool. In that case, let's ship this and let's move forwards with other fun things. So I do want to review this PR, but I kind of want to get a 3.14 build running first. So I'm going to try to open that PR, and then while that PR is running, we can take a look at this one. Ooh, what's going on here? Oh yeah, right, we can't actually install most things. We can't install PyArrow. What can we install? Let's see, let's take a look. So, can we install DuckDB? Preparing packages? Building? I've got a feeling this isn't gonna build. In fact, we can... Yeah, never mind. So DuckDB is out. What about polars? Whoa, we've got polars. What the hell is polars runtime 32? Well, whatever it is. Oh, it's the 32 index. Yeah, okay, never mind. Not something I'm super concerned about. So now we've only got polars installed, which means that a lot of tests just aren't going to run because they require pandas. And pandas almost certainly isn't going to build on 3.14 just yet, is it? What? Really? Wow. So PyArrow's out. DuckDB looks like it's out, right? So PyPI, DuckDB. .13 is the maximum, but I mean, pandas? Why is pandas building? Pandas. Oh, yeah, okay. Fair play. Well done. Polars. This is surprising to me because it says 3.13. Well, I suspect that the reason why this might accidentally work in polars, even if it's not declared to work, is that the way they build Rust, the wheel from Rust is that it's not tied to any specific Python version. So this limits the number of features they can use, but it means they can just make one wheel for all Pythons, which is quite nice. Well, we've got a few dependencies. Well, SQL Frame is going to be out of the question because we don't have DuckDB. Well, let's see how far this takes us. What does Narwhals show, by the way, on PyPI? I presume it. Do we even list Python versions? We just say Python. Python greater than 3.9. Like, yeah, we don't care. Oh, Lots of failures. Why are we having failures? SQL frame. Yeah, this one, maybe we need a what's it called? PyTest importer skip then, if SQL frame isn't installed. So let's do that. Maybe that's a good thing about not everything being available in new environments. It gives us a chance. PyTest is not defined. It gives us a chance to address things we hadn't addressed before. Right. Let's see how far we get now. No module named IBIS. Yeah, IBIS back, IBIS backend. IBIS lazy constructor. So here as well, we will want to have importer skip IBIS, and then we're using polars to create a dictionary. So let's say that we also want to skip it if polars isn't installed. Right, let's see if this brings us any further. Now, Python 3.9 is technically still supported until maybe 1 or 2 weeks, at which point I think Dan will be very happy to... What? To remove it. Why did this test run? We don't even have DuckDB installed, right? I'm so confused. Well, let's take a look. So import DuckDB. Yeah, no module named DuckDB, as I thought. Ooh, that's... Ah, did we not... Okay, yeah. I think PyTest was actually pointing to some PyTest outside of Narwhals, as confusing as that is. So when we install this there in CI, yeah, we should also have, I think to the Linux one, we can add 3.14. Although, no, never mind. 3.14, we don't want to report on full coverage because not everything is available yet. What? Yeah, we don't want to have 3.14 because that's, yeah, so not everything is available, so we definitely can't have full coverage. Let's try reloading the terminal. Sometimes that fixes things. Okay, yeah, nice. Sometimes you just need to just turn it off and on again, the oldest trick in the book. Okay, so PyTest full coverage. Let's then add a Python 3.14 is invalid. Oh, you can't have the dot. Python 3.14. And we should really have a 3.14 re-threaded as well. Really curious to see if that is going to work. New streaming, yeah, we're not going to need that. Cache suffix, this one is going to be Python 3.14. And let's keep this Python version because I'd like to do it with the free threaded one as well. Now, well, these definitely aren't going to be ready anytime soon. As in, if DuckDB isn't ready, there's no way that IBIS can be ready because that's their default backend. But I am curious. Oh yeah, IBIS by itself is also just a pure Python project, so they just say that they're Python 3 only. But yeah, if DuckDB doesn't get built for 3.14, then it's kind of a blocker. Right. I don't think we can then install core tests. That's going to have some things which are going to be incompatible for us. So dependency groups, we definitely can't install core. Let's split this into 2 tabs. And here let's go back to PyTest YAML. I think we can install tests though, yeah. Because yeah, the core tests isn't all available yet, and extra we definitely don't want scikit-learn. Something tells me that they might already be 3.14 compatible. No, not sure why I thought that. Maybe just because they're a central part of the, just call it Python job. Yeah, I should have done that. Yeah, you can see how much of an effect streaming has on your PC. Like normally it takes, I don't know, a minute or so to run the tests. Now it's really taking some time. Okay, so in addition to that, we can also install pandas to migrate surprise. Not PyArrow. Polars and I think that's it. Right, PyArrow is gonna take its time. Yeah. PyArrow is high quality, but if you expect anything to happen as soon as possible in PyArrow land, then you need to readjust your expectations. Not necessarily a bad thing, just an observation. So pandas, polars. So most libraries are not yet available in 3.14. Gradually add them when they are. Then, well, we definitely can't fail coverage. We definitely can't enforce 100% coverage here. And we can't even run the tests for pandas PyArrow because we don't have PyArrow. I think we can really just run polars eager, polars lazy, and that's it. Then doc tests, yeah, sure. Ooh, why is this one red? It's already defined. Oh, yeah, I think I accidentally copied and pasted that one. Okay, I was kind of hoping we would have a few more libraries available, but hey, not complaining. Even this is quite nice. And this is almost certainly going to fail CI anyway, so how do we put free threading? So Python 3.14 free threaded UV. Is it just a matter of putting 3.14t? Well, if there's a library that knows, it's probably NumPy. Oh yeah, it's just 3.14t. Really curious then. 3.14t. Now, Narwhals is just pure Python, so there's nothing for us to really do. And we don't use the Python C API. So there shouldn't be anything that we need to do in order to get it to run on the free threaded build. I'd like to think this just works, except that the dependent libraries, pandas and polars, probably don't. So take this more as a let's see what issues we run into rather than a let's run this and hope that it works kind of thing. So group tests, system. Yeah, fairly happy with this. Let's see what happens. So git branch 3.9.24 fixes. Let's make a new branch. So following comes suggestion by so CI test by and then let's rebase against upstream main and rebase against upstream main and make sure to only keep the commits we want. So not the fix up CI one, which was from the other job, but just sorry, which was from the other job, the other branch, the other task, but just this one. This is the only one we need. Right. I will get back to this, Dan. Please bear with me. I'm just hoping to get CI at least started. Oh, did we not open the other? Oh, sure. Oh, this is okay. I self-merged faster than I remembered. Python. And also here we've got SQL frame session. I don't know, should we be doing this PyTest skip somewhere else? Yeah, probably. So conf test here, SQL frame. Slightly annoyed at the Vim key bindings in VS Code, where if you undo something, it undoes more than what it's meant to. But it's okay. It still makes Vim worth it for me. Which I'm sure will delight Cam to no end. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at what fails. That's how low the bar is. So 3.14t, this is all hell is going to break loose on this one. And then we've got the regular 3.14. 3.14 not found in local cache, yeah, because it's the first time we run it. Lol. Oh, E dot, never mind. I was expecting all kinds of funky error messages, and instead I've just got a syntax error. let's try that again. Then, while that's going, 500 lines of code to take a look at. Hopefully, most of them are fairly straightforward changes. And it's encouraging that Francesco's already given it the seal of approval. Okay, Cam says Vim key bindings outside of Vim are usually just close enough to be useful, but also frustrating at the same time. Exactly this. Definitely. Hit the nail on the head there. Native data frame, native. Yeah, I really need to learn to use NeoVim. So, okay, we've removed the underscore. Seems innocuous enough. Is native. Oh, right. Yeah, sure. Got a native module for these things. Native data frame, native lazy frame, which we've removed. And then from Narwhals native, here we're importing native data frame and native lazy frame, sure. And then from stable.v1, we're importing the others. Looks like a nice simplification. Into series we're removing. Is there an explanation for why? I was about to say it's good news that this hasn't failed yet, but it looks like it's all still queued. Hey! We've at least started the install process. Yeah, this is the first time it runs, so it needs to build up the cache, so it is expected that it'll take a bit longer. Okay, got 40 messages to read through. Yeah, sure, it's fine. Do we have any explanation about the into series part? Maybe I need to actually read through the changes in Narwhals native, and that will clear up things a little. Oh my. Okay, lots of comments and discussion between them. This operation was cancelled because 3.14 failed. No module named PyArrow. Tests utils 12. Yeah, okay, we're assuming that PyArrow is installed, and it's only used in a... Oh no, it's only used in here in two comparable list. Well, here we could just add an extra condition. So if this is a series and column values dot implementate. I thought we had implementation in series. Here we can import PyArrow as PA, and then if is instance pa.array, so we're just only doing this check for PyArrow array if we know that we've specifically got a PyArrow series. Wait a sec. Why did PyArrow just import? I thought I was on 3.14. Oh, right, in here. So, oh, right, that's why the new one failed, because it went back to the previous environment. Never mind. So, maybe we hadn't built Narwhals locally. That was the issue. Okay, need to do a bit more work before this can actually run, probably. Stop this and restart it. Let's just check we don't actually have PyArrow installed, right? Yeah, okay. So it should match what we've got in CI. Then going back here, can we make sense of the Narwhals native changes? No, 413. Wow. Into okay. All right. Okay, got a lot to make sense of, lots of tricks to match against different kinds of native objects. So here is where we've got into series. Oh, right. Okay, I think I see why it's being removed from here then, because native series doesn't change between v1, right? Maybe let's just leave a comment to check my understanding. So we can remove into series here because native series doesn't change between main and v1, right? But then is it still available? Oh, actually, it's, wait, yeah, but it's exported. And where's it coming from? Maybe I need to take a look at the file. Oh, right, it's just being imported from there. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. Then, in v2 typing, similar kind of thing. Yeah, we can just remove those. And we're also exporting into lazy frame, which covers the lazy native types. Yeah, sure. Most of this is just renaming. This was all just moved over to the other file. Yeah, here it's all just being renamed. Okay, so there's a lot of lines changed, but really it's mostly just fairly minor. Just moving things around. Narwhals.typing. Okay, I need to make sense of this. Oh, right. So they are still available, but they're just being re-imported from _native. Okay, nice. Yeah, I should have known better than to question whether Dan would break backwards compatibility. Ooh, well, this is pretty cool. Ignoring an atta defined. Oh, probably because here this could have been SQL frame. Nice. So into lazy frame, into data frame, it's, yeah, seems fine. It's just a testing utility anyway. I do have to wonder why this one needs changing. Maybe it's just to be more precise. So is there any reason why this has to change? Just for my understanding. Then in yeah, so constructor is a function which makes an into data frame. Oh, right, it's because here we've changed from data frame to into. So this doesn't quite make sense to me just yet. But maybe I can see in which direction we're going. This makes no sense to me whatsoever. So import duckdb, duckdb is not found. So which PyTest? Okay, let's just open a new terminal and let's make sure to activate the 3.14 virtual line. Then PyTests, expand series. It was the unique test, right? Or the list unique? Let's see. No module named duckdb. Yeah, so conf test, def duckdb, pytest.import skip duckdb. Looks better than before, at least. No module named PyArrow, PyArrow table constructor, import skip PyArrow. Then arrow D type is not defined. Aha. Oh, this is potentially an issue that we've found then. Ah, same here. This one also we want to import or skip if PyArrow is not installed. Not an actual issue, ignore me. Cool. PyTest passing and dtypes test. But PyArrow imported here. Does it need to be? It only appears a few times. So let's just find the tests where it happens. And then let's import it in there. So here, let's say pytest.import or skip PyArrow, and then import PyArrow as a. And then let's do the same in the other test, this one here. Seems unlikely that it was this one, given that it's being flagged as unused. get categories test. Get string test. Oh, right. Here we're just totally parameterizing over PyArrow all over the place. I think it's fine to just give the file for now. Okay, this is proving to be a larger undertaking than I thought it would be. Which is the story of most open source tasks. Or most tasks, period, really. Right, a couple more moments, more places where we need to skip if we don't have PyArrow, and then import it once we've potentially skipped the test. All right, it's only used in this little test, so let's put it here. Yeah, this thing of making the test suite runnable without everything installed is something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I just never got round to it. So it's nice that sometimes there's an actual issue, like that some library just doesn't build on some version of Python that forces you to do it. Okay. Ooh, got lots more out here. Ooh. Yeah, I think we need to fail the whole... No, it's okay, we can just put this here. Getting the field test. We're getting any closer? Yeah, presumably. The delay between when I make a change and when it actually starts running is, you see, it's collecting, it's managing to collect more and more tests, which kind of suggests to me that we're getting closer. Whereas initially it would just fail immediately. You see, now we get a couple of seconds of it teasing us. So maybe we're not that far off. Vim key bindings really helping with this task. To-arrow test. This one definitely not going to get very far with testing to-arrow without PyArrow installed. To PyScaler, yeah, I'd say it's also fairly fundamental for this test. Let's see if we can get to 10,000. Tests collected. 5, 8, 10,000. Nice. Ooh, the test suite has actually started running. We might actually have done it, just as I was about to give up. Okay, cool. Getting closer. Which means it's a good time to take a little break. Once we can get the commit to pass. All right, this one needs importing. And maybe when we get to the point where Python 13 is almost coming out, maybe we can be so forward-looking as to already test against the Python 3.15 alphas. Cool. Short break, and then I'll be back. Oops. Okay then, let's get back to this. Right, so we've got the pre-commit running, but does PyTest run? No. So let's just take a look at that. This was fairly quick to fix before. So, ooh, well, this is interesting. Wait a sec. Why didn't... I'm so confused. Wait. PA is not defined. Oh, right. We've got date PyArrow. So in that case, we definitely need to skip this one if PyArrow is not installed. It's not surprising that Ruff didn't find this because we just had PyArrow here as a string. Presume, oh right, parquet, I'd say is definitely another. Yeah, I'd say it's okay to skip this one. I think virtually everyone requires PyArrow to write to parquet anyway. So it's okay. Then in floor seal test, what's going on here? Oh, float 32 PyArrow definitely requires PyArrow as well. Okay, can we get past 100 tests? 1%, 2%, 3%? Yeah, there's just so many places we're implicitly assuming that anyone running the test suite. Oh, date lit. Date lit definitely requires PyArrow, at least for pandas. So we could say if pandas in string constructor, then don't even run this test if you don't have PyArrow. Then can't be that far off, can it? Can we? So test cast date. Are we explicitly using PA in here? No. Wait a sec. Why is this? Oh, no, polars. Where? Here we are. Oh, right, here. Date 32 PyArrow. Well, in that case, definitely a case where PyArrow is required. Five. Okay. Never mind. This might be the kind of thing that requires a podcast to get done. So, yeah, let's go back to Dan's PR. This part seemed a little mysterious to me, like why we're starting to return. Same for the others. Returning into instead of native. The other comment seems to have disappeared, so let's just say, yeah, thanks for your PR. Yeah, it's a lot of comments, haven't read through everything. Yeah, if you're both happy with it, feel free to take it forwards. So yeah, it wasn't clear to me on reading why we're now returning into instead of native in the tests, but perhaps it'll become clear if I expand all the convos. Yeah, I mean, at some point, the nice thing about having trusted collaborators is that if they both review each other's work and they're both happy with it, then so long as they've both had a history of solid work and you trust them, then it's okay to move forwards with things as long as, yeah, they're reviewing each other's work. And I'll typically try to take a look through to see that I'm generally overall with the general idea. Maybe I don't check all the details. I'm just trusting that at this point they're both careful enough and invested enough in the project that they're taking care of those. Also, for this kind of PR, they know more about the topic than I do. And yeah, that's my favorite part about open source. I think there was a new commit in the, where was it, this experimental plugin system. Let's see if there's anything there to take a look at. Oh, nice. Yeah, we've got some new docs. Awesome. Yeah, let's take a look then. So yeah, it looks fine. We're just installing the test plugin in different environments so that the plugin related tests run, creating an extension. Nice. I'm not sure about the also on the line below. Oh, yeah, yeah. I think you can remove also. I probably wrote it by accident. Well spotted. Creating a plugin. Nice. Okay, yeah. This looks like the right kind of length. This is already encouraging. So must contain the following. Nice. An entry point defined in the pyproject.toml file. Nice. I agree. I think strictly speaking, it doesn't have to be in pyproject.toml. So Python packaging entry points. So like, I think, what does it have to be? Entry point specification. But I think this is what we're using, right? Yeah, this looks like what we're using, and it's probably this is what we want. It's nice that in 3.10 it's no longer provisional. Just thinking if there's anything we can link to here. It's probably fine to just have pyproject.toml. That's pretty much the standardized file these days, and if anyone's using anything different, I presume that they're advanced enough that they can figure out how to adapt it to their use case. I think this is fine, yeah. The first line needs to be the same for all plugins. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, entry point API. Yeah, but there's got to be something simple to link to. Now, explain entry points. Is this... Is this what we want? This is okay. So here, I just worry that this line might cause confusion, because is the first line this one or this one? Because arguably, if we look at the TOML format, then arguably this is the section. So this may be confusing, as technically project.entry points would be the section and the first line, and its first line would be Narwhals library name. So perhaps just write something like that the section name needs to be the same. All plugins, and they can replace their own library name. Inside it, for example, Narwhals Grizzlies equals Narwhals Grizzlies. Humans always learn better with little examples, so let's have that. Then a top-level init file containing the following: a isNative and a Narwhals namespace function. Maybe here I would just phrase it as isNative and Narwhals namespace functions, plural. Then string constant native package, which holds the name of the library for which the plugin is made. Yeah, isNative must receive a native object. Maybe accepts a native object and returns a Boolean indicating whether the native object is a data frame of the library the plugin was written for. Maybe something like that. So then, for the Narwhals namespace, section, I'm not sure if from native needs to be explicitly given since it's in the protocol. I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine to include it. A bit of repetition in docs is okay, in my opinion. And then the motivation. So if it's not possible to add extra functions like Narwhals, namespace, and others to a data frame object itself, then another option is to write a plugin. Yeah, I think this is good. Really nice, thanks. Just some very minor comments left. But I think the docs additions are exactly, how to say, they are to the point enough. Well, I want to say that the docs additions are at the right level for the intended audience. The yeah, the daft one is still fairly rough, but yeah, I think it's okay. If it actually runs and it's able to run simple functions, and for the rest we just have it as not implemented, I think that's absolutely fine. Cool. Got a quarter of an hour left. Let's take a quick look here. Ooh. This is fun. Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, this is kind of exciting. Yeah. So in the NVIDIA repo cuDF, they've started using this Python lint, which is it's kind of fun. It's a tool that I wrote, I think, 3 years ago on a train journey. And for the longest time, nobody took much attention of it. And then suddenly, a few months ago, it's started to pick up traction. So now it's being used in this NVIDIA repo. So yeah, this is expected. It's just a file that Python can't read, can't pass. But this is relevant to Narwhals, so I'll reply to them later. Let's see if within the remaining time we're actually able to get this one to run. I think we can. I think it's doable. Come on, let's get there. Can we, I was about to say, can we get past 10%, but maybe not. going to slightly zoom out just for ease of navigation. Series 2 pandas. Well, we're X-failing if PyArrow's there, so if it's too old for PyArrow, so yeah, I think we can just skip it. We're doing conversion. Yeah, this is okay. Can we get past 10%? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No module named duckdb. Well, if SQL frame is in constructor, this is confusing. Because I thought, yeah, for SQL frame, this is, surely we don't have SQL frame installed, do we? No. So conf test def SQL frame. And here we're, yeah, so the SQL frame constructor, we're already skipping it. If SQL frame isn't installed and if duckdb isn't installed. This is a maybe we need to move this until after the from native then. Just so that the constructor function actually gets called, and then it'll skip things as appropriate. Hey, was that like 40% or something? Getting there. Nice. dtypes test. Okay, here we're converting to PyArrow, so we can skip this one as well. Let's go. 84%. So close. We can smell it. Array. Yeah, I'd say that here. I could fuse this with that one, but I can't be bothered. So if pandas is less than that, or PyArrow, yeah, so whatever, let's just make a separate one. So if pandas in string constructor, then pytest.import.skip PyArrow. Hey, is it all passing now? No. Oh, the LF was just based on the last failed ones. I got overly excited. To pandas, yeah, this one definitely requires PyArrow. Let's see, yeah, how many are failing. Quite a few. Maybe we won't be able to close this out in 10 minutes. Let's pipe the output to out.txt. While we do that, let's reply here. So cannot be cast. Well, that means that Python's pass from strings couldn't pass it raised and passing it. I'd suggest reporting this to Python. There's not much we can do in Python lint if Python's own utility can't pass it. Okay, so out.txt 73 failed. Most of them seem to be in scan test. Let's start with that one. Read scan speed run. 10 minutes left. Let's see if we can get this done. Yeah, we're on this. So read scan test. Well, here. Oh gosh, this has become so complicated. So. Well, it's all like Parquet and stuff. And kind of feel like we can skip the whole. I would just skip the whole file if we don't have. Well, we're already skipping the whole file if we don't have pandas. Let's also skip it if we don't have PyArrow. No big deal. Cool. So, out.txt, read, scan, test. These we can consider done. Then, what else? Okay, assert series equal test. This seems to be another big one. Nine minutes left. Come on, speedrun. We're doing this. Racing against the clock. Oh, right, here we're casting to list, so we definitely need so yeah, we can probably repurpose this. So if pandas is smaller than 2.2, yeah, and then pytest.import or skip arrow. Yeah. See if now it runs. It's raising here, check order. So here again, let's split this up. So oh wait, missing a colon. This is going to be a syntax error. 8 minutes left. New module, PyArrow. Here we are. Cast. Yeah. Then if this we skip, and then we're doing pytest.import or skip PyArrow. 7 minutes left. Failed. Where is this failing? PD cast. Here we are. What are we casting to? PyArrow table equal to itself. Okay. Again, let's do a little switch up. So pytest.import or skip PyArrow. We're on this. Nice. So we've done all of these here. Let's assert series equal. Still 7 minutes left. Of the remaining ones, I'm starting to think this might not actually be doable within the remaining time. Even if we did one per minute, that would not really be enough. 2 pandas, yeah. Pretty sure all of these libraries require PyArrow to convert to pandas. Okay, well, let's Let's see what we can do. So schema test details. We're already skipping folders. Let's skip PyArrow as well. Then get categories test. What? Get categories polars eager. Is this in series only? Get, where's this get categories test? Oh, it's express and series. Oh yeah, we need to decide what to do there. Schema. Oh, this passes, which actually makes me wonder how far along are we? Collect test. Yeah, sure. Let's run this one. 4 minutes left. Okay, well here we're collecting to different backends. I think it's okay to skip that. Then see what's missing. So 29. Oh, list definitely. This one. Let's say, is this something we can grep for? Oh yeah, in a few places. So instead, I'm going to make it and then pytest.import or skip PyArrow. Let's put this instead. So we had 29, 19 failed. Okay. Sync parquet. Yeah, here, let's say pytest. Yeah, anything involving parquet. Let's say we should just skip unconditionally. len. Then here, oh right, need to do the same thing here, but for constructor eager. Two minutes left. 17 tests failed. Yeah. Well, this one actually looks like it might be able to hit a lot of them all together. Okay, so with quite a few importer skips here. I think we can do this by this frame. 17, 12, 1 minute. Ah, come on. Got this. Auto script PyArrow, then log test. Here we've got, well, this one explicitly has PyArrow in its name. Same here. Then same here, actually. Pandas PyArrow types. Ooh, where are we? Well, there can't be much left. Okay, I might have to see if I can go just a couple of minutes over. I really want to get this done now. We've got is none as well to do. Door seal. Oh no, it's not here. Wait, I don't get this. PA is not defined. Okay, we'll come back to that one later. Yeah, little closer. 3 failed. We're on this then. Mod. I really have to wonder what I meant by mod. If I even wrote this, I probably did. If there's anything with really bad names, it's probably something that I did. 2 failed. So map batches. Expra scalar. So here, oh right, nice. So then. Test import skip PyArrow. Okay, just one test left. 2 minutes over schedule. But this one, construct from string, this one looks, oh, it's okay. We've got float PyArrow here, so it's totally legit. I thought this might have found an actual issue, but no. Didn't find anything. Don't have issues. Let's see if now it all runs. Anything else that needs our attention immediately? Okay. Francesco may have responded to this one. Oh, no, it's not that. No, I just... Yeah, so it doesn't... Yeah, so if it's a type alias. Oh well, I mean, I think this is fine. Cool, thanks. Cool, thanks. Well, I do need to... Oh no, you've done an excellent job. I just haven't spent. Haven't spent Much time on it. Happy to trust you to this one. Oh, nice. Now this is actually passing. Picks up best commit message ever. Apart from WIP, which, as a reminder, was the first ever commit message in Narwhals, followed by getting there, WIP, getting there with 3 exclamation marks, more work in progress. Oh, we've actually got holy shit in our commit history. Well, that's embarrassing. But I think you can sense the enthusiasm in this message, so it's okay. Yeah, this brings back memories. Yeah, better typing will help your mental model stick with it. Just me talking to myself. Hopefully there's nothing too embarrassing. This was before I'd started merging commits together. It was all just one big thing. Then is this any closer? Oh, nice. We got a PR from the snow park people. Seems reasonable. I'm slightly confused. Oh, okay. Yeah. We don't actually need to import all of Modin. Okay, sure. Nice. I like it when people just go ahead and do things for you. Nice. And also it just looks good for us if there's an extra contributor, especially from Snowpark. Okay, I'm not seeing any red yet, but I'm trying not to get excited. Where are we? CI, well, there's a bit of red. Pandas nullable, okay. Admittedly, I hadn't run that test, but I'm also slightly confused. Yeah. Nothing terrible, to be honest. Just, yeah, handful of tests that we need to update. But yeah, nothing terrible. What about the free threaded one? This is, oh no, it's just cancelled. If this one doesn't go, then the other one just stops halfway through and it doesn't show us where it had got to. There's no way to see the partial logs or anything. Oops. No, okay. Maybe not then. So actually, something Dan has noted here is that there should be 3.14 support in DuckDB. So maybe if we just install that from the nightly, it will pass. Does it? uv pip install dash u duckdb 3. Yeah, the nightly is available. That's nice. Anyway, lol. What? Okay, got something slated for removal in Python 3.17. How is this even possible? Union generic alias. What even is this? Does this even appear in the DuckDB source code? No, okay, we're just gonna have to ignore it. Cool. I think that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in, and all the best.